CTV viewers. Welcome to another edition of What's Growin On. And guess what? It's Christmas. It's after Thanksgiving. I get to play Christmas music. I get to drink Tom and Jerry's. And best of all, I get to go shopping for my Christmas tree. And I'm up here at Thomas Gardens with Matt Thomas, and I'm shopping for my Christmas tree today. And yes, I'm still a real Christmas tree putter-upper rather than a fake tree. So we're going to talk to Matt. We're going to talk about Thomas Gardens, how it evolved, where it came from, and just all the things that they have here. And then we'll lead into the Christmas tree. So thanks for joining us today, Matt. Yeah, no, this is going to be great. So now, Thomas Gardens was not always Thomas Gardens, it was indeed Tweehoff Gardens in the past. So it's got a very long history of being part of the Faribault community for flowers and vegetables. Why don't you give us a little bit of background as to how you took it over and what was your inspiration for buying this?
Just kind of change of pace, let's try something different. Steve Tweehoff had owned it for 55 years, since he was 10 years old. So. Medical reasons why he wanted to sell it, and it was getting to be too much work, I think, for him. So we decided, me and my family, to take a leap of faith and try to resurrect it. And I grew up on a farm, dairy farm, so it was nice to kind of get back into growing some vegetables and then tackling the business side of things too. So.
Okay. So now, are you open all year long, or do you take a break here after the holiday season? And when do you kind of start operation up in the spring if you shut down?
Yeah, we'll close here before Christmas, and then start planting stuff in February in the greenhouses, and then open back up April 1st, roughly.
Okay. So what types of things do you offer in your greenhouses? Are you all vegetables, or are you flowers? Do you do like container pots, those kinds of things? Give us a little rundown.
Yeah, we do patio pots, hanging baskets, lots of vegetable plants, starters, onion sets, seeds. We sell a lot of different varieties of seeds. Herbs, that's been getting real popular.
Yep, that is really popular.
Herbs and spices,
yep. And I know too that another nice added feature that you have here, which is, you're kind of almost like your own little farmer's market, that you can actually come up and buy fresh vegetables.
That is true.
Okay. And I know there's a lot of canners that come from a lot of parts of the state of Minnesota, because you can actually order bushels of tomatoes.
Yeah, we do tomatoes, cucumbers for making pickles, sweet corn, beets. Then in the fall we do onions, potatoes. People that can. Yeah, they come all over from like even 60, 80 miles away.
Oh wow! Wow. So you've got kind of a good customer base that you were able to
retained a lot of them, and trying to expand to and find new customers.
Yeah.
So.
And then for a while there, I know we were kind of short of places to buy Christmas trees when we had a couple of our greenhouses, one getting out of the holiday season business and one closing down. And it's nice to see that I know Steve did a few trees, but certainly not what you do. Yeah. So let's get to the real gist of this program today and talk about Christmas trees and what you have to offer, besides trees. So let's take a walk through all your trees and, talk about what's popular, and all the different kinds of trees.
Sure.
So,
well, we carry 3 or 4 kinds. A lot of people like to get into one of these short needle trees. Years ago, the longer needle trees would be more popular, but as time moved on, most people like these. They retain their needles longer, a little bit less maintenance.
Yeah, is that pretty much the big reason, is just the needle retention, that they're not quite as messy in your house?
Yeah, I think so. And then most of these actually would hold an ornament. As the years gone on, ornaments, have evolved. The pictures of pets, and ones kids make at school, they're heavy.
So what variety of tree is this one?
This one here is actually a Cook's Balsam.
Okay.
Yep. This one here, so it's actually kind of a blue balsam, kind of a nickname you can see here. Versus this one next to it is a Fraser fir.
Okay.
These are the kind of ones we sell the most of these.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. The most popular tree.
So what's the most fragrant tree in your opinion?
Probably this guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Some people have been selling different kind, like Cannon fir, it's called. It's like a cross between a balsam and a Fraser fir. So.
Several years ago, we picked up somewhere a Korean fir,
Yeah,
which was and it had kind of a silvery tinge to the back side of the leaves. So
because the Fraser fir takes a long time to grow. Like this tree here is probably 15 years old.
wow.
A lot of them, when we put a fresh cut on them, you know, take an inch or two off so it can absorb the water for the customer.
And how often should you be watering a tree once you get it into the stand?
I'd make sure it's full water for the first week for sure, and just keep an eye on it. You don't want it to dry up.
Yeah, because they suck up water once you get them in and get them warmed up. They suck up,
especially the first 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days. How about this tree here? What have we got going here?
That one's a Norway pine. So traditionally, you know, back in the day, that would be more of the popular trees that everybody kind of tended to have. And this would be a true balsam here.
Okay.
This one here is a true balsam.
How do you tell the difference as far as what?
I don't know, just getting to know them over the last 3.5 years.
Okay.
You know, I don't know.
So, you know, from farm to here, when were these cut? Approximately.
We picked up the first load the Friday before Thanksgiving, and I get them from Nielsen Tree Farm down in Kellogg, Minnesota.
Okay.
And Steve does a good job. He's kind of a one-man show, but he'll start cutting them about a week before that.
Okay.
So the first 100 we got, me and my son went, and we actually helped them shake and wrap the last 20 to load them up that day. So they're super fresh. So they don't come out of state, and they're not, you know, some of that stuff gets cut in August, September.
Yeah. And that's what we like here is Minnesota Growin. You know, I'm always trying to, you know, promote that because it is, you know, Minnesota Growin is much more than your vegetables and that. It's actually trees, shrubs. You know, we've got a lot of great growing nurseries, you know, that have developed things and everything. And so it's just nice to have that because if you're growing it in Minnesota and you're keeping it in Minnesota, you know it's going to grow and do well, correct?
Very true.
Correct. So, anyway, so let's take a look at some stuff inside too. They also offer some cool greeneries and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so why don't we take a look at that too? Just because Christmas isn't all just about a Christmas tree. There's a lot of things that you can decorate your home with.
That is true.
So let's go inside and take a look. Okay. Okay, we're inside the Thomas Gardens shed here, and we got some cool roping and some porch pots over here behind us. Now, I know one thing that your wife ran some special events here with some groups of women drinking wine and beer. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're trying to start getting to doing some, we're doing some porch pot classes. Mandy, who works here, is running some of them too. So.
Okay.
Just kind of come in and enjoy themselves and put together some of these nice pots to take home to enjoy.
Is there any special care that you have to do once you get them home, or is
well, as we make them, we tend to water them. You know, it's been pretty warm this year, but ideally you want to keep them watered, and that way the freeze solid and the greens will stay fresh all winter long.
Okay. And it also kind of, when it freezes, it kind of secures the greens in your pot.
True, yeah.
So
and wait for the wind.
Wait for the wind, yeah. Because I did one up here and set it out, and it kind of blew across my yard, so I had to redo it. Yep,
2 days.
It was really good. And then if you don't want to buy one that's already made, you can also just come up and you've got stuff available here.
Yeah, I've actually been cutting these fresh greens over here out at where I grew up out at the farm.
Okay.
Honestly, cut them about 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
Yeah, so they're super fresh.
So they are really Minnesota grown, like homegrown here in Faribault. And then you've got some beautiful wreaths back there.
Hand make some wreaths. That's what I was making today.
Yep.
We had a big order for Daikin. Made them a bunch of stuff this morning. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time to be with us today.
Yeah.
It's fun to see what local growers are doing and keeping the gardening alive here in Faribault. And so I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of useless trivia for you.
All right,
did you know that up until the 1930s, everybody put up a real tree in their house? They went out and they cut it. There were very few tree lots like this.
Yeah.
But there was a company named the Addis Company that manufactured toilet bowl brushes. And after the 1930s, they took some of those toilet bowl brushes dyed them green and made the first artificial Christmas tree. So,
It's interesting.
so should we be singing "O Tannenbaum" or "O Tidy Bowl"? So I just thought that was kind of funny. So when you're playing dazzle your friends with my useless trivia today. So, but again, thanks for sharing, and don't wait till Christmas to come up here, but stop out and see them in the springtime for all your other garden needs and stuff. And from me to you, happy holidays and happy holiday digging. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.